Wake up with us, it's time to rise and shine. Morning mayhem's on the air, we're feeling fine. We got a Marco, Tomlin, and Mama Manning too. Bringing you the latest, there's nothing we can't do. Morning mayhem, it's a wild ride. Sports news and the daily updates, we're on your side. Special guests and interviews galore. We're taking over Woodland Regional, we're knocking down the door.
Good morning, Woodland, and welcome to Thursday. Oh, my God. I can never get a day right. What's wrong with me? Too many dates going around in my head. It is the 27th, and it was super warm out. I actually noticed that the storm out back had blown down the tent that we used to have for outdoor seating, but today would have been a good day to go eat outside, but that tent doesn't exist anymore.
It's supposed to rain all day.
I see what I'm saying. That's why you need the tent to be outside, but it is not out there anymore at all. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if they put that back up. Yesterday, we did have the visiting committee come through. So we have to wait till tomorrow or Monday to see if we won. So interesting to see how that goes. A lot of news going on, so we're going to jump right to it. So today's interesting date. I don't know if you remember that massive earthquake, 2010. Happened in Chile. It was one of the largest recorded earthquakes, an 8.8. No one?
No.
You don't try global disasters?
I was like 3. So.
Oh, wow, she's just bringing it today. Like, all right, remind me how old I am. Thank you.
History with the students.
I know.
They are younger than us.
Today's birthday, I'm a little shout out for which you might enjoy. The 1807th birth date of Henry Wadsworth Longfellow.
Oh, very good.
Fellow poet.
American poet.
There you go. Fellow poet. You should be a fellow poet.
Oh,
it's just a guy. This is a guy to me, but to you, he's compatriot.
There you go.
There you go. And today's International Day is International Polar Bear Day, observed annually on February 27th. And you know what they usually do on today? They have the Polar Bear Plunge. Yeah. There you go. Has anyone here done the Polar Bear Plunge?
I have.
Has anyone ever wondered why in God's name they did the Polar Bear Plunge? Yes, this guy. We used to cover it here at Hawk Headlines, too.
Yes.
There's a group that used to go to Quasi. I don't know if they do it Quasi anymore. It was a lot of fun. One year they had to break ice. They had to break the ice down the ramp so that people could run into. Yeah, I was just taking pictures. I wasn't actually.
That officer is now at Oxford High.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I forgot. Yeah, that's right. We had an SRO in the office in the school. All right. I don't think there's too much going on today after yesterday's highlights.
Half day.
It is a half day, so the schedule is going to be a little different. If you're looking to join the golf team, there's a meeting coming up for that Tuesday, March 4th. That's next week. If you're looking to be in the trades, we have a meeting coming up for that. March 4th, you're going to eat a sub, go to Jersey Mike's and help raise money. Today is Antonio's. Order from Antonio's and make money for the Woodland Math Team Math Honor Society. Today's pom-pom poll of the week is iPhone or Android. iPhone or Android. iPhone or Android?
I have an iPhone.
All right. Well, there is one vote for iPhone. I'm assuming there's going to be a bunch of others that are going to be in there for the iPhone as well. All right. Don't forget to charge your Chromebooks every morning and listen to us, or charge your Chromebooks every night. Listen to us every morning. Time now for the news with Tomlin.
And now, with the latest headlines, over to the news desk with Tomlin.
Good morning. A couple top stories started today. First off, legendary actor Gene Hackman has passed away at age 95 in his New Mexico home outside Santa Fe.
Yeah, well, that's not just him. It was his wife
of
and
age
the dog.
63 and their dog. No foul play is suspected at this time. Some news for you. So good news in history. 29 years ago today, Pokemon went public.
29 years. Oh, yeah, that puts it right around my son's age when Pokemon was. Yeah, okay.
There you go. So you missed it. I'm trying to help you out here.
Yeah, no, Pokemon's been around just as long as I've been raising kids.
There you go. Moving to news in Kenya.
As Faye pointed out this morning already, yes.
17 mountain bongos have been flown to Kenya from the Rare Species Conservation Center in Florida for eventual reintroduction into their natural habitat. The subspecies of bongo, the largest of forest-dwelling antelope, the eastern or mountain bongo, numbers less than 100 individuals and enlisted by the IUCN as critically endangered.
A bongo, you're saying bongo.
Bongo. Bongo.
Okay.
Most surviving bongos today are in zoos rather than in the wild.
Isn't that a song? Bongo in the jungle.
Bungle.
Oh,
Bungle in the jungle.
oh, well, it's close.
For those of you following the last cruise of the SS United States, it is currently off the southernmost tip of Florida in the Strait of Florida, approaching the Keys.
All right. Or is that the Strait of America?
No, Strait of Florida.
Strait of Florida.
Strait of Florida.
Going over to the Gulf of America.
It will
in
swing
through the
around the
river
Gulf.
of America.
It will swing through up
into the
Gulf.
tributaries.
Connecticut's Great Wolf Lodge location will open earlier than planned. In November, the company had said that it would open on May 23rd, which was ahead of schedule. Now it is anticipated to open May 9th. So for those of you looking to go to the Great Wolf Lodge at Foxwoods Resort Casino, May 9th.
You know what? It would have been a lot easier if that was closer because here I go. Another shout out to the kids. When the kids were growing up, that's one of our vacations. We used to go to Great Wolf Lodge in Pennsylvania. That's one of the first ones. Was this would be a lot closer to drive to.
The closest is now in Massachusetts. And on May 9th, the closest will be at the casinos.
All right.
All right, last bit of news. Connecticut's top delis have been announced. Here they are. Ready?
Sure.
Delis.
The Dilly Duck in Norwalk, Walt's Market in Old Saybrook, Vinny's Deli in Wallingford, Katz's Deli in Woodbridge, the Local Gourmet in Middlebury and Southbury, Angelo's Specialties in Norwalk, Pasta Frecca and Fiadina in Mystic, Sorrento Importing in
That's a
Fairfield,
deli.
Mystic Soups, Pawcatuck, Gaetano's Deli in Stratford, Westport, and Shelton, the Meltdown Madness in Middletown, and TD Vietnam Palace in Stratford.
Are those in order?
Nope, just
Just randomly named.
randomly listed.
So everyone got a trophy.
Everyone got a trophy.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're the top delis across the state of Connecticut. So
All right.
I've been to 2 of them. So
I think I've been to 2 of them as well, but I think maybe I'll have to see if I can't go to more.
maybe we could take this thing on the road and go check them all out over the next.
And what's the best way to check a deli to see how good they operate as a deli? What
Eat
should
the
you order?
product.
Yeah, but what should you order? Because you have to order the same thing every deli you go.
Corned beef.
You're gonna rank them.
If you're going to a deli, it's corned beef.
Yeah, I'd say like
You have to.
like a Reuben.
Yep.
You get the Reuben, it gets a little bit of everything. You order one at every
Yeah,
single
no,
stop.
the Reuben is the quintessential deli item. If they have a good Reuben, it's a good restaurant.
Maybe that's what we need to do is have a Morning Mayhem tour.
I'm there.
We order one sandwich from 3
I am
different
there.
ones and then see which one actually wins. And that's the news with Tomlin. Over to the sports desk with Mama Manning.
Here's a shot at the buzzer. Strike three call. Catch touchdown.
Time now for sports with Mama Manning.
Good morning. Good morning. Tomorrow, Friday and Saturday, we have boys wrestling for the state opens, and that is in New Haven. And guess who's going?
A little known guy, Colby Marchand.
Very good.
All right, yes.
Saturday, we have our girls basketball opening game in the state tournament. They're against,
Oh, we didn't know yesterday.
we know today, International Aerospace,
Oh, it's out of
Hartford.
Hartford? Yeah.
Bloomfield.
Okay, we said
same
Hartford,
thing.
and then you corrected us on
Oh.
here.
2:30 start. Boys are playing Monday against Sheehan,
Okay.
6 p.m.
I know
here.
where that is.
Yes.
Wait, isn't that where
Wallingford. Yeah.
what Daly's from? Is
Yes.
From Sheehan? Is
Yep.
Oh, all right. So,
Yep. And what else do we have on Saturday? New England Opens for indoor track.
okay. All right.
Yes. We are sending a
Hmm.
representative. Faye
Really, are we?
is going. She's joining us today. Let me just finish this up. They are going to Reggie Lewis
Yeah.
Center. Do you know where
Oh,
that is?
I do not. Are you going to say
Bloomfield.
Bloomfield?
Boston. Reggie
Oh,
Lewis.
really?
Ah.
Oh,
The
but it's
great
New,
Celtic.
it's New
Who-
England. That's why.
The New England.
Well, and I'm
Bloomfield's not
trying to
in
think
New
of places
England.
in Connecticut.
No, Reggie Lewis played for the Celtics.
Yes, he did.
He had an early passing. Very unfortunate. So they have an athletic center named for him, and that is in Boston. Let's talk to Faye.
All right, hold on a second. And esports won their first match yesterday against Weaver High School.
There you
Just
go.
throwing it out there. We went 2-1 against them. All
Very
right.
good. So what's the record of esports now?
1-1.
There you go.
1-1.
500.
Well, actually, I think 1-1. We forfeited the first one because we couldn't figure out all the technology in the first one, so we forfeited. So we're like
1-0-0.
1-2, if you will. All right, that's the sports with Mama Manning.
So we are joined today, this morning, by Faye Carnemolla,
Hey,
our great runner in this school. Hey, we got
Hey,
her up
you kind
early.
of got it right.
So you are running this weekend.
yeah. So Because I'm the only one going.
You're the only one going from
yeah.
boys and girls.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's impressive right
It
there.
is.
Yeah.
It is. And that is because you've had a successful turnout during states, correct?
Yeah. So you qualify to go to the New England Open at the state open. So I think it's top. They take like the first in each class, and then the following 14 times make it to the open in each
Got it.
event. And then you have to be top 6 at the open to qualify for New England. So
And you were top 6.
right, yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. So tell us about your preparation. What do you do before a meet?
I mean, a lot of my like pre-meet stuff is just mostly easy running. Sometimes I'll do like shorter runs with like pickups to kind of simulate like if I'm in a race, like having to pick up and kick at the end. That's
Mhm.
something my coach likes to do with me, and it's kind of just become like what I feel most comfortable doing.
Because it's not just running.
It's very mental.
a-
it's all mental.
Exactly. There's a
So,
technique to
right,
running and winning.
of course. And
So you have to have the kick.
Yeah.
What about the arms?
always swing the arms.
Swing the arms because
Yeah.
it gives you more momentum, more push.
Right. I run. If you ever watched me run,
Oh, I've seen
yeah.
you run, girl.
I run the mostly mid-distance stuff, and those races kind of get really technical because it's short, but it's long enough that people like to kind of wait. They'll sit on people, and then they make moves at like certain times in the race. So it kind of gets complicated. You have to be really there mentally, otherwise you're going to get beat by someone that is really into it. So
Do you hear your coach's voice when you're running?
yes,
Because I hear him at the track.
yeah. Whether it's Longo or Lowndes, there's always someone yelling at me. Like it's always like, sit on this person here. You're coming through the last 200. Make sure you swing your arms, keep your knees up, drive into the finish, look at the finish line. Like there's all these cues that I feel like are always just like echoing in my head.
But you need to hear them. They're
You definitely
reminders.
do, yeah.
Yeah.
So
What do you eat the night before? Or is it a couple days earlier?
they tell you a couple days before,
Mhm.
like 2 to 3, you'll eat like pasta or something carb heavy.
Mm-hmm.
The night before, my go-to honestly is like a small steak, and then
Ooh.
Nice.
Right.
yeah,
Wow.
and then some protein. I try not to overdo it the night before, especially if the race is in the morning, because then you wake up and you feel like heavy and bloated.
That's
So
not good.
you don't want that. You kind of have to base it on like when the race is during the day and obviously like what you've already eaten. But yeah,
So how did you get into running? Because as a rule, there's not a lot for like, younger kids. It's not until
No.
like middle school really where you
Right.
start to see some programs, and then
Yeah.
definitely in high school and beyond. But there's not really a warm-up program like we have for soccer and softball and whatnot.
so in middle school, and I actually 6th grade I didn't run.
Really?
Yeah, 7th grade, my mom wanted me to try, and I was like, okay, like, why not? And I was able to go and run, and I didn't do anything in the off season, didn't really like know anything about running, but if you know Coach Flaherty,
I do know Coach Larry. That's why I was asking.
Yes, she's fantastic, and she was great with me. And I didn't get to run in 8th grade because of COVID, but I came into high
Oh.
school.
Oh wow! So you
Yeah.
only had one
I only
year.
had
One
1 year.
year.
I came into high school and I was like, I kind of want to pick this back up. I wasn't bad at it in middle school, like may as well give it a shot. So I actually got into running through cross country and ended up liking track more, but obviously I still run in the fall also.
Wow! So you really just kind of stepped onto it when you got
Yeah.
to high school and just said, "I'm going to give it a go."
Yeah.
And
pretty
here you are
much.
going to regionals. So that's a pretty good story right there.
So 3 sports. You have cross country, indoor track, and outdoor track.
Do you have different events for indoor track versus outdoor track?
Well, yes, indoor events are just different because they're on a 200 track, so they try and compensate a little bit by changing the
Gotcha.
distances. I don't really know what their logic is there, but it's good for people like to train a little bit outside of their comfort zone because then you go into outdoor and it's like then you can really specialize in like what you're good at. But indoor, it's like I'll run like the 6 and the 1,000, 1,600. Put me in like a 4x4 sometimes. But in outdoor, there is no 6 and there's no 1,000. So I go to the 800, and that's kind of my favorite. And it makes sense because it's in between the two of them. So,
Right. Oh, that's my yeah, exactly.
and then I run the 1,600 with it.
Talk a little bit about the leadership for the rest of the team, how you're captain and what your role is.
I mean, being a captain, a lot of it is making sure that people are doing what they're supposed to, even outside of practice. It takes a lot of like mental focus, and that's basic things like you have to take care of yourself if you want to do well. So I try to remind people, like, make sure you're sleeping, make sure you're eating. Obviously in practice, like, we have to lead the warm-ups, we have to make sure that everyone's doing what they have to do
Hmm.
in practice, because you don't want anyone getting hurt for some unnecessary reason. So
Hmm. I observe this, and you're probably going to laugh, but when I see you running with the team, be it in the hallway, being outdoors, or being the cross country route that we have, you're always smiling. I know you're
Yeah.
focused, but you're happy running. So what's going through your mind when you're taking those steps in a race?
well, I mean, in practice, I do like being with them
Mm-hmm.
because they are funny. They make me
Mhm.
laugh, and they're like really like interesting group of people. You have like a lot of different kinds of people. You have people from all sorts of events, and we all kind of
Mhm.
warm up together, which
Mhm.
is nice because we don't get to at meets. We don't always get to compete together. We're
Mhm.
separated. So in a race, I kind of just try and like focus in on that, and like like I know they're there supporting me, and like I support them, and it means a lot,
But you enjoy it.
of course. Yeah.
And in your head, are you saying faster or speed? Keep the speed. What are you telling yourself?
Depends on the race.
Depends on the race.
I
Yeah.
tend to think a lot like when I'm racing, and I don't know, I've never done well not thinking because
Yeah.
I have to kind of like focus in on exactly what point of the race I'm in. So
What are your plans for next year?
not 100% sure yet.
Okay.
Um,
Are you going to be running?
Possibly
Good.
depending on the school.
Good.
I have a few, so I have to make
Awesome.
some decisions. But
Fantastic.
It's good decisions to have to make.
yeah,
Well, we wish you luck.
thank
We're going to
you.
sign off here. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Of course.
And good luck on Saturday. Keep us posted. Let us know.
I will. Thank
All right.
you.
Good luck.
And on behalf of the show, don't forget, she's Mama Manning. He just walked down the hallway. He's Tomlin. I'm Amato. Good morning, Woodland.
It's a wild ride. Sports news and the daily updates, we're on your side. Special guests and interviews galore. We're taking over Woodland Regional. We're knocking down the door.
Every morning at 7 a.m.
Check us out on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram too. We're streaming on Spotify. We're reaching out to you. Join the Morning Mayhem crew.
Knocking down the door.